Yo, what's up? You on spec, guys.
Yo, what's up guys? PA Andre is back. Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera kepada korang yang menonton channel Andre Brothers. Korang memang awesome guys. Yes, we are back dengan kita punya video react. Apa khabar korang? Adakah korang dah sihat? Kalau sihat, Alhamdulillah, syukur kepada Allah atas nikmat kesihatan yang Allah berikan kepada kita semua guys. Okay guys, hari ni apa plan korang dan apa yang korang dah buat? Mesti macam-macam kita dah buat dalam kehidupan kita kan. Tapi ada tak kita ingat untuk nak berselawat guys. So dalam bulan mulia macam ni guys, jom kita berbanyakkan beramal ibadah dan beramal soleh. Kalau boleh buat lebih sikit guys, pasal bulan ni special. Dan insya-Allah apa yang kita buat nanti akan diberikan jalan yang lebih oleh Allah SWT. Insya-Allah guys. Okay guys, seperti biasa, malam ni kita akan react daripada Nuks Top 5 dan aku harap korang dah bersedia. Dan mana yang nanti-nanti tu, thank you guys. Terima kasih banyak-banyak sebab support channel kita orang ni. Tanpa melengahkan banyak masa lagi, jom kita straight forward untuk react kita punya video. Okay? Jom, bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Norwegian ghost. This next scary video is from Norway. We see 3 girls sitting around playing with a homemade Ouija board. Well, it's either a homemade Ouija board or a Japanese Kokori-san board. It's kind of hard to tell. Anyway, as one girl films, nothing much happens at first, but then things take a very unexpected turn.
Ni kalau dekat Malaysia dia panggil apa? Spirit of the coin kan? Aku tak tahu benda ni memang betul-betul boleh jadi atau tidak guys. Sebab tak pernah cuba. Korang pernah cuba tak guys? Dia suruh eja high. Kalau kena hantu tu tak pandai mengeja guys, it's not working dia cakap. Dia gerak guys. Dia orang semua terkejut guys. Kan baru main kena nak balik pula. Oh guys, tu real guys.
Seriøst sånne lysglimt foran skjermen altså. Det er dritkult.
Diorang dah takut tau sebenarnya guys, tapi diorang cuba nak beranikan diri juga ni guys. Ini main benda ni memang cari penyakit lah guys.
remember say, quote, "It's not working," or, quote, "Show us a sign." So, do you think this is a scary video of a summoned ghost caught on camera?
Kiranya tu
Or is it just some bored Norwegian girls pulling a prank?
pantang larang dia. Dia tak boleh cakap it's not working. Mana
Viewer videos.
tak jadi kot.
News Top 5 viewers and first-time
tahulah.
paranormal explorers Salam and Faraz traveled to the abandoned Excellencia Hotel suites in the city of Amman, Jordan. They plan to conduct a nighttime exploration of the creepy 9-story building. The hotel is said to be haunted after a tragic event that happened 5 years ago. A man found his wife cheating on him in a hotel room on the 3rd floor. In a rage, the man took her life and that of her lover. Soon after, the hotel was forced to shut down after receiving a bad reputation, and guests began to claim that they experienced a constant dreadful feeling of being watched.
Katanya hotel ni berhantu
However,
guys.
Salam and Faraz are more worried about encountering real and very much alive people during their exploration, as they too feel like they're being watched and followed. When they reach the supposedly haunted 3rd floor, the explorers experience something downright chilling.
Dekat tingkat 3 ni guys, ada satu bilik yang berlakunya pembunuhan guys. Pasal katanya bini dia curang macam tu lah. So dia buat hamuk kat situ lah guys. Apa benda aku tak nampak guys? Gelap lah. Tadi dia ada buat bulatan kan?
Since we entered this place, we can't get a good feeling after this. I feel like I'm being followed. So fucking crazy.
Sayang hotel besar-besar macam ni ditinggalkan. Dia sejak kes bunuh tu,
They say this is the one that they
dia kata
killed
tempat
him.
ni sangat-sangat berhantu lah.
I'm not gonna go in.
Sampai tutup lah.
I'm not gonna go in. What the? Someone was here. I guess they're
Apa benda tu? Oi, tak ada apa, tingkap je aku je yang cuak lebih guys. Sorry guys.
We need to go. Are you sure?
Kenapa dia lari ya? Dia jadi macam ni, yang tak syok ni bila seorang dah panik dia jadi kelang kabut tau guys. Macam ni bahaya tau.
Salam claims that he felt that something was watching them, and when analyzing the footage, a strange, bizarre shape can be seen in a room at the end of the hallway. When Salam pans his camera back to the hallway, nothing there. Then his friend Faraz claims to have seen someone in the hotel room where the tragic event took place, and they both just make a run for it. In the last shot, a terrifying figure can be seen watching the two friends from very close by. So did something paranormal chase them out of the hotel? Because just what is this?
Wih,
I
scary ni
leave it up
guys.
to you to decide.
Ini
You can
scary
watch the
guys.
full exploration over on the YouTube channel, Salam and Faraz, GHT.
Muka benda tu memang, ya Allah Tuhanku.
Now this next spooky video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Pastor Aaron from Peace Memorial Church in Oregon. Pastor Aaron explains in his email that because of the current global health crisis, he was attempting to record announcements for the church's temporary online services. He's using his phone to record a video when he is interrupted by something that he just can't explain.
Well, hey everybody, Pastor Aaron here. It's my pleasure just to announce that this Sunday will be open.
Benda tu jatuh sendiri guys.
Okay, we've been trying to do this announcement several times today already, and 3 times that podium back there has fallen over on its own, and it's
3 kali benda tu jatuh kata ni guys.
it's stable. I mean, it's not wobbly at all. It's kind of like
Jatuh lagi.
that podium has been wobbling. Okay, so we checked the vent. There's a vent there that is not an air duct that has any forced air at all, so it can't be wobbling from that. There's absolutely no breeze in here. You can see by the banner there. There's no air conditioning. It's these things, they're off.
Pelik macam mana dia boleh jatuh guys.
So I'm just gonna sit here and watch it for a little bit, and we will. I'll see if it does it again.
Bendera tu bergerak guys. Bendera tu bergerak.
That thing's moving. That hasn't been moving. That's new. Seriously, nothing else. There's no breeze. It's moving again.
Ni kalau benda tu masuk masjid silap besar lah. Mau kena ruqyah.
Pastor Aaron says that he has used the podium for years and it has never once been wobbly or suddenly fallen over. Even stranger, the flagpole next to the podium begins to move on its own as well. The pastor explains that nothing spooky or paranormal has ever happened at the church, but he says that a few times he has been called to help families who were dealing with paranormal events at their homes. So could something have followed Pastor Aaron back to the church? Let me know what you think. This next video was sent in by Nate Howard from Providence, Utah. Nate says in his email that he and his family moved to their new rental home just 4 months ago, and almost immediately they began to experience very creepy and unexplainable activity.
Baru pindah tempat baru
The
guys.
family hears the unexplained sound of multiple people walking around the house. Doors and cupboards open and close on their own, and lights in the house turn on and off at all hours of the night. After being woken by these bizarre noises several times, the family decided to set up a few security cameras around the home. 2 days later, Nate discovers one of the cameras has recorded something absolutely chilling.
Itu yang malas kalau rumah-rumah baru pindah ni guys. Kadang-kadang kita tak tahu apa benda yang dekat situ. Ini CCTV daripada bahagian dapur lampu tutup, kau nampak ada macam benda gerak guys.
The lights in the kitchen flicker on and off by themselves as a strange shadow figure appears out of nowhere. Nate is baffled by what they've captured on camera and is worried that the cameras might have somehow triggered whatever might be haunting their new home.
Scary guys ni.
But
Ini
what
scary.
do you think this could be? Let me know. down
Ini scary
below.
guys.
Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The kids and
Okay guys, ada beberapa video yang aku rasa seram. Yang last tadi tu consider seram guys. Pasal apa? Okay, kita cerita yang first dulu. Yang budak-budak main OG bot Kalau dekat Malaysia dulu aku pernah dengar Spirit of Coin tapi aku sarankan tak payahlah guys main benda-benda macam ni. Semua kurafat ni. And pasal apa kau memanggil benda-benda yang tak sepatutnya kan. Sebab kalau ilmu penuh di dalam dada tak apa, kau boleh buang atau suruh dia balik. Kena dalam dada ni kosong, tak ada apa, kau panggil, tiba-tiba benda tu melekat terus. Okay, yang first video tu dekat Norway, budak-budak ni dia main macam UG bot lah, Spirit of the Coin tu, panggil. Dia jadi masalah tu bila dia cakap dia macam benda ni menipu lah, tak ada apa-apa ni, something macam tu lah dia cakap. Tiba-tiba bila dia cakap macam tu je, tak lama kemudian kau boleh nampak satu gelas tu, kawan dia letak air dan tu nak minum kan, gelas tu bergerak guys. Itu macam memang real lah. Aku tak tahu macam mana dia nak buat, tapi aku rasa benda tu mungkin real. Dan selepas tu kita boleh nampak lagi yang lampu tu bergerak sendiri kan. Tu agak menakutkan lah guys. Aku rasa ada kemungkinan besar tu real. Yang kedua ni pasal yang budak-budak Pak Arab ni yang daripada Jordan ni, dia pergi ke hotel yang ditinggalkan sebabkan satu kes yang mengerikan berlaku kat hotel tu, kat tingkat 3 berlakulah kematian disebabkan lelaki ni dia dapat tahu pasangan dia curang. So dia bunuh dan asalnya dia bunuh diri kat situ. Dan sejak pada hari tu hotel tu berhantu guys. Sampailah hotel tu terpaksa tutup. Dan yang pada aku menakutkan adalah sebab tempat tu dah ditinggalkan. Suasana dia seram lah. Yang buat dia jadi lagi seram tu pasal dia terdapat satu footage tu, kau boleh nampak yang last tadi nampak macam ada semacam muka kan. Tu aku tak boleh tengok muka tu guys. Aku rasa mungkin betul. And then yang last tadi tu agak seram gak guys. Dia pindah ke rumah baru guys. Rumah ni itulah masalah dia. Kalau kita pindah rumah yang orang pernah duduk, kita tak tahu sejarah rumah tu. Kalau rumah tu rumah baru lain. Contoh kalau kau beli kondominium baru atau rumah banglo baru, melainkan tapak tanah dia tu ada satu benda tragedi yang pernah berlaku. Itu mungkin boleh jadi gangguan. Contoh macam dia buat rumah kat atas kubur lama kan, itu mungkin. Tapi kalau rumah yang pernah orang duduk, lepas tu kau beli atau sewa, kemungkinan untuk berlaku benda-benda macam ni boleh jadi guys. Sebab tu aku kalau nak cari rumah kan, rumah tu dah terlampau lama, agak 50-50 lah. Melainkan kita tahu latar belakang rumah tu. Kalau kau panggil ustaz untuk check kan, mungkin tempatnya okey ke, mungkin lah. So agak menakutkan lah. Yang footage last tadi tu, dia dapat dari CCTV dapur dia, lampu tu tertutup, and dia nampak dia macam bayangan hitam gerak. Allah. Kita go next video, okay?
Urbex explorer Colin from the YouTube channel The Bearded Explorer often finds himself in some of the creepiest abandoned locations in England. But he says he's never been to one as scary as this. A hospital that was built in 1882 to treat children suffering from horrible infectious diseases. The large structure closed down in the 1980s and has been left to rot ever since. Considering the building's tragic history, it's no wonder that Colin feels a little creeped out as he heads inside completely alone to explore the old hospital. But it gets worse because he starts to hear some very odd sounds.
Ni kira urban explorer ni guys.
Do you know what I hate? I love it, but I hate it at the same time. Walking around these places on your own because I don't know. Right now, it feels like there's someone like stood right behind me following me. There's not, but it feels like that.
Dia rasa ada benda ikut dia guys. Ni hospital ni dah ditinggalkan. Ada orang main ketuk guys. Kalau aku dah gerak dululah, bagi salam, gerak dululah. Ni tempat macam ni confirm penuh lah benda-benda tu. Pasal tempat dah terlampau lama ditinggalkan. Mesti jin akan duduk kat situ lah.
What the hell is that?
Jangan cari penyakit. Ya Allah, dia orang ni aku tak faham. Memang mesti ada besi jatuh tu guys. Mamat ni dah cuak ni guys. Sebab dia dah rasa macam ada benda ikut dia tau. Kau dengar nafas dia pun kita dah tahu dia memang takut ni guys. Kalau aku mungkin kaki lembik lah. Tak tahu nak balik ke apa, tak tahu nak buat apa.
Colin gets more and more freaked out by all the unexplained sounds that seem to be coming from somewhere very near him. He decides to just end his exploration, but before he does, he puts his camera down on the ground to get one last standard B-roll shot of himself walking the hospital hall. But instead, he captures something downright chilling.
Okay, apa yang dia dapat? Dia nampak sesuatu ni aku rasa guys.
Did you see it?
Apa benda guys? Aku tak
Colin
nampak.
is shocked when he sees what looks like the dark figure of a child standing at the end of the hallway. As he grabs up his camera, he captures just a glimpse of the childlike figure as it disappears into thin air.
Oh iyalah guys,
Some
nampak dia
people say
hilang
what
guys.
Colin captured could just be explained away as a shadow or an optical illusion, while others are convinced that he did actually see the apparition of a little boy inside the haunted hospital.
Dia macam hilang sikit-sikit
So
tadi.
a month later, and after many requests from his viewers, Colin returns to the abandoned hospital again. It probably goes without saying, but it did not go well.
Kau pergi sekali, dia datang sekali lagi tapi waktu malam. Cari penyakit lah.
Why am I doing this? Why am I here on my own? Walking around this abandoned hospital.
Dia sendiri persoalkan diri dia, kenapa dia buat benda ni.
I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a ghost. It basically where I was standing. This is where I was. The camera was literally there. This is what you saw. Basically that. Now I heard something. I cracked myself. I ran back here, and as I picked it up, I went like that, and then I saw something just behind that blue chair. Now, bearing in mind I saw it with my own eyes, I didn't realise I had it on camera, but a lot of you guys were saying it's shadows, it's this, it's that, but, you know, I just cannot stress to you enough that this wasn't a shadow. I actually saw something move with my own eyes, and I cannot reenact that. You know, there is no shadow. What the hell was that? Oh, I think it's just water dripping. As you can tell, I'm probably putting off going up there. But, oh, Jesus Christ. I could just hear noises all around me. Right. Let's do this.
Start bunyi lagi guys.
What the hell was that?
Dia punya aura tempat ni memang seram lah
What the
guys.
hell was that?
Apa dia dapat? Oh, dia
Sure, I heard something. I don't know. It's probably just the wind. I felt that I had to come back here and just come here again and just see, you know, try and find a reason, you know, some like an explanation, if you like, to. Whoa. But I never put. This is weird. I think it is just Whoa. Okay. Okay, that's scary. I'm pretty sure it's just water dripping, but. Oh. God, this is absolutely. What the
banyak dengar bunyi benda-benda pelik lah dekat sini guys.
I'm hearing noises all around me. I don't know what it is. There is. Oh, I am just so terrified right now.
Much like his last visit, Colin again hears odd, unexplained noises coming from all around him. He heads up to the hospital's second floor, takes a look around, and then heads back down to the first floor hallway. And that's when things take a terrifying turn.
What is it about this place? I hate this place, I really do. Just listen.
Ada macam benda bergerak kan, macam bola ke apa. Warna merah tadi.
A small red ball comes rolling out of one of the hospital rooms, and
Ya
Colin makes a run for
Allah.
it. After all that he's seen and heard at the old abandoned hospital, Colin says he'll never go back alone. You can watch both explorations at the abandoned hospital and many more great Urbex videos over on the YouTube channel, The Bearded Explorer. Mother. Canadian paranormal investigator Jordan from the popular YouTube channel Paranormies sets out on a solo investigation to a small 2-bedroom home in Winnipeg, Canada that is believed to be haunted by a troubled spirit. The house belongs to a man named Anesh who grew up in the home with his mother Manisha. But one day Anesh's beloved mother Manisha fell extremely ill. Refusing to go to the hospital, Manisha passed away on her own bed in the home that she and Anesh shared. Anesh was absolutely devastated when he found her. Struck with intense, debilitating grief, he was unable to call the authorities for 2 days as he mourned. Today, Anesh believes that he made a terrible mistake by waiting so long, as his culture believes that a body must receive a proper burial ritual soon after death, or the spirit could become trapped and unable to move on. Anesh claims that his mother has appeared to him as a white cat, greeting him every day on his way to work. He has also seen his mother standing in his bedroom doorway after waking up in the middle of the night. Anesh says that the home has been so paranormally active that he truly believes the spirit of his mother is trapped inside.
Scary
Paranormal
guys
investigator
ni.
Jordan spends the night at the house in the hopes of helping Manisha's ghost pass on from its earthly bonds. Jordan decides decides to try a supernatural test. He leaves a motion-activated ball at the top of the stairs in the loft before continuing his investigations downstairs. Later, when he finds himself back at the staircase to the loft, he's in for a chilling surprise.
Rumah ni berhantu dikatakan
Okay,
selepas
I think
mak owner rumah ni mati.
the ball's going off right now.
Mati kat dalam rumah ni. Sejak tu rumah tu jadi macam sangat aktif lah dia punya paranormal dia.
Okay, I think. Whoa. The ball's going off right now. Can you touch it again? Thank you for being active and using the equipment. Manisha, one more time, please. Can you touch the motion ball? Whoa.
Dia campak bola tu, guys.
Okay. Whoa. Oh. Okay. What?
Dia tak function dah dia punya
Notice
bola
the camp
lampu.
doesn't light up at all.
He checks the upstairs loft but doesn't find any explanation as to how the little ball could have suddenly launched itself down the stairs. When Jordan heads back down, this happens.
I hate these stairs.
Nak turun tangga dia seksa, guys. Ini mungkin dekat dia punya atap tu kot, ruangan atas tu dia buat delay.
Whoa.
Apa?
Okay.
The door to the attic loft mysteriously closes on its own.
Pintu tutup
Jordan
sendiri,
decides to
guys.
sit down on the bed where Mother Manisha tragically passed away in hopes of communicating with her spirit. What happens next is downright chilling.
Kat
Manisha, are you
bilik
still
ni
here,
yang
or
mak dia
are you
mati,
already
guys.
done for the night?
Air kat toilet buka sendiri, guys. Nampak macam ada orang kat dalam tu, guys. Serius lah. Tadi aku nampak macam ada orang berdiri kat dalam ni. Manisha tu nama mak dia tu yang mati tu.
Manisha, if I follow these footsteps, am I
Ada
gonna
tapak
find you?
kaki, guys, basah.
Okay. Okay, Manisha.
Ini scary, guys.
I think
Ini
it's
dah
time that
macam
we met face to face, right?
dah macam dalam filem, guys.
Manisha? Oh! Oh my god. Okay. Okay, Manisha, do you know... If you want me to leave, I'll leave. I thought we were friends.
The bathtub faucet suddenly turns on, and when Jordan checks it out, he finds someone or something standing in the bathtub. Whoever or whatever it is appears to be dressed in red. The figure then disappears from the bathroom, leaving behind only watery footprints that lead down to the basement. When Jordan follows the footprints down, the lid of the washing machine lifts and drops on its own.
Oh!
Then a light bulb next next to the washer spontaneously bursts.
Ush.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Terbakar lampu ni.
A static camera pointing towards the door to the basement and the door to the attic records as Jordan heads back upstairs. Without the investigator knowing, the camera catches something truly bizarre.
Oh, there's a REM pod. Anisha?
Berani Mamat ni guys. Siap panggil-panggil nama lagi kan, benda tu keluar kan.
Oh, there's a REM pod. Anisha?
A shadow figure quickly darts into the living room as Jordan comes around the corner of the basement.
Weh,
So
nampak ke
could
shadow?
this be the spirit of Manisha still trapped inside the home she shared with her son? Let me know what you think down in the comments. You can watch this entire 2-part investigation with even more terrifying activity and a possible conversation with Manisha's ghost over on the YouTube channel Paranormies. Hide and seek.
Hei, nyorok ni yang tak best guys.
Sets out to investigate a home that's been terrorized by extreme paranormal activity. The father of the family who lives in the house reached out to Ahmad, claiming to have seen the apparition of a little boy. He says the child spirit plays with his daughter's toys, often screaming and throwing fits of rage. The family believes the boy to be a dangerous shape-shifting jinn, and they feel that it is no longer safe to live in their home. Ahmad stays overnight as he tries to get answers for the terrified family. He streams his investigation live on Snapchat. As the investigator walks around the house, nothing much seems to happen. So he puts down his phone and decides to walk away from it, hoping something might appear while he's not observing. His live audience is shocked by what the phone captures.
Dia letak telefon tu, lepas tu dia belah guys. Dia syak ada jin lah dalam rumah ni guys, yang mengganggu anak dia. Guys, ada tangan. Ya Allah, ini real ke apa ni? Tu kau nampak tu guys?
Ahmad is looking away and has no idea that the little boy has made a chilling appearance. Unaware of the lurking jinn, Ahmad records himself as he steps inside the same room, right next to the figure. Surprisingly, the explorer still doesn't see anything, but his live audience does.
Ya, dekat belakang dia guys. Oh, jin kecil lah guys. Jin kecil ni, jin macam budak kecil ni yang selalu kacau rumah dia guys. Dia main-main guys.
Ahmad is shocked when he finally sees the boy. He quickly grabs his phone and hurries inside the room, but there's no one there. And from here, the paranormal activity only intensifies. A few moments later, and this happens.
أيوه إيه أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Dia scary guys.
طب الولد هون والله خليني أشوف الولد أول شيء.
Dia macam hempas
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
pintu tingkap.
Something makes another quick appearance and Ahmad suddenly hears a loud slamming sound in the other room. When he goes to check it out, again, there's nothing there. Ahmad is baffled and continues to search throughout the house.
Nampak lagi guys. Dia memang saja nak main-main dengan mamat ni.
Again, the boy shows himself. Ahmad runs to find the child, but he has disappeared yet again. So did the investigator capture the jinn that is said to haunt the family?
Dia nampak
Or
macam
is it all
bayangan
just
je
an
guys.
elaborate hoax? You decide. Thanks for watching. Check out my Instagram here, my Twitter here, and TikTok. If you're not subscribed, please do and turn on notifications. So hopefully I'll see you back here again next time.
So itu dia guys, video daripada Noob's Top 5. Mana yang belum follow dia, kau boleh follow dia, subscribe dia. Dan nak layan boleh layan dulu dengan dia punya video. Tapi kalau kau nak layan dengan aku, Alhamdulillah kita layan sama-sama guys. Dan ada beberapa video yang aku rasa last tadi agak seram juga. Yang sebelum tu video yang dia pergi ke Urban Explorer tu kan, dia pergi ke satu hospital yang dah usang lah. Memang aku bila dia masuk tempat tu je aku dah suspect lah, tempat ni memang banyak aktiviti-aktiviti yang menyeramkan lah. Pasal dia punya aura tu memang menakutkan lah guys. And then yang last tadi tu Pak Arab tu, itu memang something yang dia tak tahu lah kalau melibatkan yang Arab ni guys, dia punya mungkin kita dekat dengan jiwa dia orang kan. Dia orang pun faham yang ini adalah gangguan jin. Sama juga kita pun tahu ini adalah gangguan jin. So memang seram lah. Yang sebelum Arab tu yang mother tu kan, yang dikatakan pemilik rumah tu dulu dia duduk dengan mak dia. Bila mak dia meninggal dekat rumah tu, dan dia lambat untuk nak kebumikan. Tak tahulah, aku rasa dia lambat nak kebumikan lah mak dia. Tak tahu dengan cara bakar ke atau tanam ke, aku tak sure. Tapi dia rasa disebabkan dia lambat buat tu mungkin dalam 2 hari. So dalam kepercayaan dia, roh mak dia terperangkap dekat kawasan tu lah. Maknanya dalam kawasan rumah tu. So yang buat aku rasa seram tu, kita boleh nampak tapak kaki ada air tu guys. Dah macam filem guys. Allah Akbar. So guys, sampai kat sini saja kita punya video kali ni. Aku sangat-sangat harap korang terhibur dengan video kali ni. Mana dah tengok pada awal sampai habis, aku ucapkan jutaan terima kasih. Aku doakan supaya korang panjang umur, murah rezeki dan dipermudahkan segala urusan dunia dan akhirat. Sehingga kita jumpa untuk kita punya next video. Korang jaga diri baik-baik. Stay safe, stay cool. Guys, korang memang awesome guys. Ciao.